All right, Chef Nooner here. We're making fruit pizza. We're going to start off by making our cream cheese frosting or sauce. We've got some softened cream cheese in a bowl with our 1/4 cup of sugar and our vanilla. We're going to take a rubber spatula. I like to put my finger near the bottom here, give it a little bit of reassurance. I'm going to go ahead and kind of just start mixing the sugar into the softened cream cheese with our vanilla. If your cream cheese is softened well in advance, it shouldn't be too hard to mix. I'm going to kind of break up any lumps by giving it a good smear along the side of the bowl. I'm going to scrape. Make sure it's thick but not too thick. If it's a little too thick, you can take some of your pineapple juice and you can just thin it with just maybe a teaspoon at a time. Or it's also going to give it a little bit of flavor as well. Okay. Once our frosting or sauce is made, we're going to set that aside. Start to process our fruit. We'll start with our banana here. You can use a chef's knife or you can use a paring knife. Generally on smaller items, I like to use a smaller knife, but that's going to be up to you and your comfort level. Come in, peel the jacket off of our banana, and we're going to make what's known as a rondelle cut. This is one of the easier, simpler ones to start with. You're just going to make little slices or rounds. I'm protecting my thumb with my 4 fingers. Again, we want to just go nice and smooth. Take your time. We want them to all be relatively the same size for appearance. Okay. Once I have those, I'll just go ahead and set those aside. We'll move on to our strawberry. To take the top off, I like to just pinch the blade here and come in and turn. Okay. Some chefs might just have you take and cut the top off this way. This way you tend to waste a little bit more, so we get a little higher yield there. Okay. For the strawberry, I'm thinking about my final product and how big I want things, so I'm going to cut it in half first before I go ahead and slice it. Okay. Nice and thin, probably the same thickness as our banana. Okay. Nice strokes, protecting your thumb, keeping those fingers tucked back, and I'll go ahead and just leave those there. Then we've got our kiwi. Kiwi, you're going to take a spoon, you're going to come in, slide the spoon in between the skin and the flesh all the way around, and then it should just kind of pop out. You can pop out, you can take a little knife here. And from there we want to brunoise this, which is really just a small dice. What I like to do for that is we're going to take and cut some thin strips or planks. Take these planks, cut your strips. And depending upon how ripe your kiwi is, depends on how careful you have to be. Come in this way and make our little brunoise. Your teachers might also have a mango available for you. Okay. And I know it says blueberries whole, but I think it'll be nice if we go ahead and just cut these in half to kind of expose the middle. I think it's a good idea to always do something to the product you're putting on a plate, never leaving it just whole. And our last thing, we've got our pineapple, which we're going to chop. I'm going to take and get the chef's knife for this one. Come in, make some strips that way, strips this way. And we'll turn that and give it a good little pick. Get nice chopped pineapple. Okay, so we've got all of our fruit processed. Your chef will give you a certain amount of cookies for you and your group. You're gonna take and equally distribute your frosting or sauce using a rubber spatula or an offset palette knife. I would recommend that you use all the frosting for all the cookies first before you start assembling. That way there's no fights about who gets what. And then it's really up to you how you might want to plate this. Not really thinking this through. I'm gonna do alternate of banana and strawberry. I'm not gonna try to make it look too pretty. I'm gonna give it some thought. The more you try to process this, it looks a little fake. We just want it to be nice and authentic. Took some of our kiwi and then a couple of our blueberries and a little bit of that chopped pineapple. And you can get your fruit pizza.